Today we have the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Russell of Hotels. Russell is a former director of sales and general manager who became a content creator who has changed the hotel game forever. Today, this legendary content creator will be teaching everything we need to know about combining revenue management and marketing, the first steps you need to take to brand your hotel, and the tips and tricks you need to master social media for your hotel. All this and more on today's True Hotel Leaders, where leaders teach leaders. This episode is brought to you by Hotel Guest Management, the revenue management and hotel management company for boutique hotels. 95% of revenue managers are doing this wrong and they don't even know it. Revenue management is more than just looking at reports and setting rates. What's the point of setting a rate just to put it on an OTA website to compete with a bunch of other hotels? The purpose of using an OTA is to give them the leftovers, not the main course, which is why your hotel needs revenue management marketing. With revenue management marketing, you'll be able to beat the OTAs to the punch by providing your hotel's rates right at your customer's door on all their favorite platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and TikTok. It works so well, the OTAs are starting to use this strategy. You'll see it time and time again all over social media. There's only one problem: they can't do it better than us. See if revenue management is something that can benefit your hotel. Click the link below and book your discovery appointment.
Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Jordan, your host, the MJ of Hotels, here with the Russell of Hotels for another episode of True Hotel Leaders. What's going on, Russell?
Not much, Bruce. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. We're just out here enjoying a nice sunny day at the beach. You know, the first thing I always ask everybody is, how did you get started in this business? We're going to take the 3-minute version.
How long do you have? Well, I mean, I started, a long time ago. Let's say 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I started off as a housekeeping manager and kind of worked my way up through the ranks of hotels, from housekeeping to front office to some restaurant, and then eventually became a night manager at a full-service hotel, and then an AGM, and then I wanted to get into sales. So I went into sales for about 3 years and got my first opportunity to be a director of sales and marketing, and then from there became a general manager, and then said, you know what, this whole operations thing is for the birds. Let me go back into sales. So I got back into sales as a director of sales and marketing again, and my last hotel was Sheraton Universal back in 2017. And after there, I said, I'm going to start my own business where I can assist multiple hotels or multiple people, opposed to just only helping that particular hotel out.
Makes sense. You know, things has been changing a lot in our industry. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that, like, one thing that's the most important is social media presence. Like, how heavy is social media right now for hotels?
Well, social media, it should be everything. I mean, to me, it's everything, because let's just think about it. The things that we've been going through as far as this whole COVID thing, where you weren't able to go out and meet clients. Let's just say from a sales perspective, where you weren't able to go out and meet clients. Well, what's the best way to reach your clients or reach potential customers is through social media. Because back in, this is 2022, I want to say 2020 or 2021, there's a survey that came out and said that each person was spending an additional 9 minutes on social media. So I would always pose this question to people: if you had 9 more minutes to market to someone or to promote to someone, how would you do that? And the only way you can come up, if they came up with anything other than social media, I mean, I'm like, I don't think that would have worked. But social media is the place or is the vehicle or avenue to use at this point, especially during COVID, when you can't reach and touch people like salespeople are used to doing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, coming from sales, back then, did you really indulge in social media for hotels, or were you just so busy with sales, like you ain't have time for nothing? I was like, I don't got time for this. I got to sell this hotel.
That's a good question. So, and it's a loaded question too.
We got one.
So, I'm a big proponent of social media now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say let's say close to 10 years ago, say when social media was just coming out, it was something that a lot of people were unaware of. We didn't know exactly what it meant or what it, how you would reach people or whatever. But as I started taking my job a little bit more serious as far as the marketing part, because if you look at it, I was a director of sales and marketing, meaning selling first, marketing second. A lot of people don't even think of it like that. Right?
When I hear sales market, I just hear sales.
Okay.
Most people I know that do sales, they're really not that great at marketing.
They don't do that marketing. Exactly, right?
Not that great at marketing.
I kind of took it as a challenge to myself to learn more about what I was actually selling, and how I can promote these things without having to necessarily go face to face and shake hands and kiss babies, if you will. How else can I promote this particular hotel or this particular brand without having to see a lot of people, right? And reach more people than you would normally, because there's a lot of times, we break bread with people, we meet them at different events, but you're only meeting so many people at one time. Yeah. But if you were able to spread out your knowledge or that promoting for that particular brand to 100,000 people at one time. Literally you can do that. I'm not saying that my reach is that far, but you can reach, let's say, hundreds of people, opposed to just maybe 10 people, at a given time. So I just took that and said, I'm gonna learn as much as I can. So I surrounded myself with a lot of travel influencers and things like that. I joined some clubs that were just heavily into social media. One was called Travel Massive, where every major cities have a chapter where there's travel influencers that kind of meet at certain places, and we have meetups and we talk about social media and how to kind of get your brand out there.
Nice. Now, when it comes to branding, like, what are some of the steps that you recommend hotels start off in the beginning when it comes to branding?
Well, this is the thing. They need to just start. They need to start with something, because a lot of hotels, they use that as an excuse. So I don't know how to do it. I'm not familiar with it. And that's when influencers come in too. They get them to assist them. But before you even get to that point, let's start with updating your profiles on your platforms. If that's LinkedIn, and that's for your hotel. I'm not saying for you specifically as the brand, but I'm specifically saying for the brand that you represent. So if that's Hotel A, you want to make sure their profile for Hotel A is updated. You have some pictures, videos as well. And you want to make sure you start posting things. It's easy for me to say that because I've been in it for a long time, but believe me, if you're doing something or anything, it'd be better than doing nothing.
That's true.
Okay, so, and then that's where I come involved. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. I tell people this all the time. It's not that hard. It's the biggest thing is just starting. Yeah. Okay, and then we can build on it from there. You have a foundation, and you can build on it from there. But that's what I'm here for. I'm the Russell of hotels. That's what I do. Right?
I know that's right. The way things are right now, where the business travel is starting to come back a little bit. But that transit and leisure travel is what everyone's been surviving off of. Yeah. So should it really be sales and marketing, or should it be revenue management and marketing? Because
revenue management and marketing go hand in hand.
There you go. A lot of people don't know that though. Like,
you know what? Some years ago, I became a general manager at a hotel. Right. I was previously the director of sales and marketing for this same hotel, and I needed, which means if I'm taking the head role, I need to bring in someone else under me, right, as a director of sales and marketing. And what I did was end up hiring someone that, first of all, you want to hire someone that's smarter than you, or maybe not necessarily smarter than you, but have a different skill set than you do, right?
Absolutely.
So I found this person who wanted to be a director of sales and marketing, but she had a huge revenue background.
Okay? Nice.
Okay.
That's
which
rare.
was unheard of.
Yeah,
which was
rare.
Unheard of, right? So I took a chance, and in fact, my CEO was like, "Are you sure you want to hire her? She doesn't have any. She'd never been a director of sales." I said, "But she has some sales experience." But I said, "The piece that I don't have, that I need assistance with, is the revenue part."
Yeah.
Because she can be able to. Because at that time, and it's still prevalent to this day, where these revenue managers are not even on property. They can be on the East Coast, and they're selling a hotel or maximizing the revenue on a hotel that's on the West Coast.
Try a different country. I seen one in London.
Okay, well then there you go.
That didn't work out too well for me.
Exactly.
Especially the hotel from Texas.
Exactly. So what I did was hire this person, and she did phenomenal because, like I said, she came up with a different skill set that I didn't have.
Yeah.
Things that I didn't even think about that basically complemented the sales and marketing deal, right? It complemented what we were doing, our selling efforts. It complemented all those things, and maximized your revenue too.
Yeah, I know you guys were killing it.
Oh yeah, you darn right we were.
Man, listen, the way social media is going, I'm still surprised that we still have a lot of hotels that feel like they can't bring anything to the table. They do the wrong posts, or they don't focus enough on video, or they don't run any specials when they see that, all right, this date I'm not picking up as many reservations, I got to get a special on this date. It's like there's no communication between the departments.
Yeah, I'm speechless. You can say that. Yeah, that's true, because no one knows exactly who should be doing it. I mean, let's just start with that. So you would think it's a marketing function, meaning the sales director should be heading the effort for the social media. You would think that, but everyone needs to be on the same page. Meaning food and beverage, because you're representing, as that director of sales and marketing, or let's just say that as that director of marketing and sales.
Yeah.
You are you're the one that's gonna head all the things. I mean, meaning the food and beverage, not just the rooms, the banquet, all those things are going to come through you, and you need to make sure you disseminate that information. But there needs to be a meeting of the minds, though, right?
Absolutely.
Meaning those department heads come together and say, hey, these are things that I need assistance with. I need to promote this. I need to promote that. But even before you get that, you need to establish, people start booking your hotel because through social media, because I think they develop some type of personal relationship with that particular hotel or with the people that are working there. And you have to be people first, right?
Yes.
Meaning it's not just the hotel. The hotel's not providing hospitality.
No,
the hotel just provides
it's a building,
right?
It's
right.
a building.
You provide the hospitality, people, person to person, right? So hospitality to me is that feeling that you get from somebody. You're like, okay, I've checked in at the front desk and they gave me the room that I wanted, or they upgraded me even without asking, or I went to the restaurant and I'm a vegan and they came up, they didn't have vegan stuff on the menu, but they happened to prepare something, have the chef prepare something. That's hospitality, right? You don't get that from a hotel. So you just have to remember that this is a people.
Business first.
Exactly. People first. And what'd you say?
People business first.
Yeah, people business first. Yeah, exactly. So you just want to make sure that even in your social media stuff, you're capturing that. Maybe, Joe Smith, who works at the front desk, just celebrated his 25th, anniversary. You want to put that stuff out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe, Hilda in housekeeping, been working there for 30 years. I mean, those are the things that separate you from your competition. And a lot of times people don't even look at it like that. They just look at it like, oh, it's just this arduous thing that I have to do, and let me just get it out of the way. Let me just post something and get and just leave this alone so I can move on to, calling people. Okay, that's fine too.
Including us.
It's a
including
process.
us.
Exactly. It's all a process, but I just think people are not comfortable with it because they're not used to doing it. And I wasn't used to doing it either.
Yeah.
But like I said, I surrounded myself with people that knew more than I did about social media. Like I said, and this is the thing, I tell my kids this: if you're the smartest one in your group of friends, you need to get a new group of friends, right?
That's true.
So if I'm the smartest one in my group of peers, well, I need to get a new group of peers, right? So what I did was start to surround myself with people that knew social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
They traveled around the world. They did all these wonderful things. They were content creators, which we didn't even know that was a term until recently, right? Now everybody's creating content. Before it was just, oh, I'm an influencer, I'm this, I'm that. No. I don't consider myself an influencer. I consider myself a content creator for specific hotels and even my own brand. So it all started with me. Russell of Hotels all started with me, just coming up with, what would I call myself and how would I assist hotels? And I came up with this name, Russell of Hotels, and then social media and I have a podcast and all these other things are made to support people within the hospitality space. Man,
it must be pretty tough. I mean, it's hard enough doing social media for one hotel, and you have to do it for a couple of hotels. So, what's your workflow like?
It's it goes in spurts. I mean, I don't have consistent. It's not as consistent as I would like it.
Okay.
But so I'm able to do different things. I'm able to do the podcast and things like that. But they all feed off of each other, right?
Yeah.
So the postings help out the brand. The podcast helps out the brand as well. So it's all, it all revolves around the brand Russell of Hotels, and the same it would be for, like, say, if I wanted to assist a hotel or a hotel needed me to assist them, they wouldn't just, I just wouldn't do things at their hotel. They take pictures and come up with some creative stuff as far as content creating, but they can also come on the show and talk about, their brand and talk about themselves, because that's what people want to see anyway. People want to see or hear about how you started, right? How you got into this business. Did you choose hospitality, or did hospitality choose you? I mean, that's a question right there. And if people are interested in hearing that stuff, but see, people they sell themselves short on their experiences.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I've been to 14 different hotels, right? So if you don't think I have experiences, I mean, you're crazy, right? but people have the same stuff. They have different experiences, right? They may not have the same exact experience. They didn't get in this business the same way I did. But everybody has their own story. I don't know if you saw, I posted something on LinkedIn the other day. I happened to be at Courtyard Marriott Long Beach, and I ran into a lady that I hired 30 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, she's a housekeeping manager now. She was a housekeeper when I hired her 30 years ago. And now she's, some years later, I mean, I think she's been a manager over a little bit over 20 years now. So, I mean, it can happen. And when I say it's the hospitality industry for me, I mean, it's the hospitality industry for me, because of, you can come from anywhere as long as you have the grit, to do it, and you get that chance or an opportunity. The sky's the limit.
I'm surprised she didn't give you a card and say, "Hey, we short staffed. Let me see if you can still do this."
It's funny you should say that. She didn't say that, but she is short staffed. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of things that a lot of hotels are still, they're short staffed. They're still trying to find good people.
Yeah,
after COVID and stuff like that. But yeah, we had a great conversation, and it was good to see her.
Nice, man. Listen, how can everybody get in touch with you?
Well, you can get in touch with me on all social media platforms. LinkedIn, I'm at Russell L. Edmond, or Russell of Hotels. And then Instagram, Facebook, what else? On YouTube at Russell of Hotels.
Man, what's your favorite platform? Is it Instagram, LinkedIn,
Right
YouTube?
now, it would probably be Instagram.
Okay.
I go back and forth between Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay.
But I look at, I look at all the numbers that come up because of when I post things, and how many people is reaching and things like that, which tells me, and it's just a little bit of advice. If you're posting things, I tell people this all the time. If you're posting things, you're not getting a lot of engagement, or not getting any engagement, that means you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Back up and redo it, or just kind of foresee or try to figure out what you're doing wrong. Is it music that you're not putting on there? Because a lot with IG Reels, music is a big thing. So music and videos, music paired with videos, you get a lot more engagement from that.
Okay.
Now, LinkedIn sometimes can be, and it's hard to try to figure out the algorithms. There's not just one algorithm.
There's
many algorithms, right? So it's hard to figure it out, but you shouldn't get discouraged. I guess what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make, is regardless of how much engagement you're getting, just continue to do it. Okay. Rethink what you're doing. Maybe go back and do it. Go back and look at some of the things that you did well on, meaning you got a lot of engagement from, and try to repurpose that one to do it. And that's another thing, repurposing content. People think that you got to do pictures all the time. I'm taking photos, I'm doing videos all the time. No, I got 2,000 photos and videos in my phone, right? And I just repurpose them.
Nice.
I just repurpose them for different platforms.
Nice.
Because what works on LinkedIn may not work on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever. So there you go.
Wow. Well, listen, thank you for being on the show. We got the man, the legend, Russell of Hotels here, and you know what time it is. Thank you for joining us for another episode of True Hotel Leaders, where leaders teach leaders. Talk to you soon.